All right, welcome to the Keeping It Wood podcast. We're a Sunday podcast now. That's right. Every episode is on a Sunday.
For the Lord's Day?
For the Lord's Day. That's right. Today, we've got my good friend, the very funny, the very talented, Cameron Buchholtz.
Let's keep it at just friend. I don't think we're good friends. Like let's not exaggerate. Let's not bullshit right off the bat.
You didn't wish me a happy birthday.
I did not. No. Nor have I ever.
No, you never did.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's maybe slightly above acquaintance, but not to good friend. Like that's
right. We see each other at open mics. We say, hey.
Right. And in those situations, it's kind of we're forced to.
We're forced to. We're paid to hang out with each other.
Right. But I promise you, I am much nicer to you than I am most open micers. So.
That is very real.
He still likes you.
That is very real. I don't know. Do you ever remember? This is a funny thing. This is when I first really started getting into comedy, and I got really drunk. It was at Bunker Club.
Okay.
And I ran into you, and I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "I just did a Looney Bin, the open mic. I think I'm really gonna do this." And you're like, "Yeah, dude. Cool. That's awesome. Super proud of you. Whatever." And I was like, yeah, I got this new joke. And you're like, I'm going to stop you right there. You're like, I don't want to hear it. Don't ever tell anyone, ever. Don't ever come up to some other comedian and say, I have this joke I'm working on. We don't care.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get you a beer, and we're going to have this beer. And I drank that beer, and I was just like, God damn, dude. And my friends were like, what's up? I was like, I got to leave. And now we're good acquaintances.
I mean, yeah. I still stand by that, though. If a comic comes up to me and says they have a joke that they're working on, I'm just like, well, then keep working on it because I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah. Well, like the further along I got into my career, I was like, oh, I totally get that now. Like that. Anytime someone's like, yeah, dude, I got this new joke, I'm like, I want to hear it up there.
That's what the open mic is for.
Yeah. That's awesome. What's going on, Cameron? How are you today?
I'm good, I guess. I haven't done much of anything, so it's Tuesday, I suppose. I don't know.
You haven't done much of anything, but you've got something really big coming up.
I do. I'm here in OKC, headlining the Bricktown Comedy Club on the 19th of April, and tickets at Bricktown Comedy, all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah, should be good.
That's a long time coming, dude. It's always cool when like a local guy gets to headline like the A-list club.
Yeah, and it's been a little while since they've allowed an OKC person to do it. Like I don't remember the last time. I remember a couple, and I remember one of being like, "Oh, this is gonna screw it up for the rest of us because there wasn't anybody there."
Yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, you're just showing the people up in Washington that run the club that the local comics can't sell tickets. So thanks, dude. I'm not gonna say his name, fucking Marty Johnson. But. So I'm going to try to avoid that and actually, sell some tickets. So
well, I think it's like the big thing now. You have to have like some sort of like a social media presence, which is like
I'm
so
not
annoying.
Great at, but like I hate that that's part of the job now. Yeah, because when I started comedy back in the Middle Ages, that it was not the case. Like it was, what the fuck is editing a clip? That doesn't.
It's so much. It takes so much time to do that, and I'm like, man, I'd rather just like write jokes. I know like sometimes when I'm like making flyers and stuff, like, so I know a lot of people are against like AI flyers and shit, but I'm like, dude, I don't have time to make this perfect fucking flyer. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw it in and say, hey, this is kind of what I want, and I'm gonna go work on jokes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get on board with the AI stuff. Like I still, like for the 19th show, like I sat my ass down at Photoshop and spent 20 minutes making a poster. It's not that big of a deal to not steal shit from people.
Right. That's real.
But, though also I get annoyed when people just use the same Canva flyers over and over again too. So I guess it's hard to know what I dislike more, but
Hell yeah. Well, Cameron, you're a comedian. You also have a radio show, the Kiss FM. The Cat. Yeah. KATT.
Why did I say Kiss? I mean, Kiss is my company. Technically, I'm on air on Kiss doing their traffic reports every afternoon. Yeah. Because all of the stations with my company I do their traffic. So yeah,
Right.
you're saying that's how you know my name?
That's you.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's just right now traffic with Cameron Buchholtz. But yeah, Cat is what I'm like mainly on and mainly work for and that sort of thing.
And you get to interview a bunch of bands and stuff like that, and you go to more concerts than anyone I know.
Yeah, I mean it's because I'm able to get into them for free, and it's also like part of the job. Like,
right.
you know.
Sure. What's like your favorite band that you've seen?
Man, I don't know. It's so hard now. Like, I mean, because, not to, like, whatever. I mean, just piggybacking on, I guess, what you said of going to more concerts. Mm-hmm. It's like they all kind of run together at this point. And it's like when you're going to a couple a week, it's hard to really, like, But Rush was way up there.
Oh,
that was, the Rush on there was supposed to be their final tour, but, no band ever really ends. So, final tour with the original lineup because Neil Peart, the drummer, died. So, that's way up there. I don't know, man. It's, it's hard.
I get when you're talking about like the anytime a band's like, this is our final tour date, because I went and saw George Clinton in the Parliament Funkadelic like a couple of years ago, thinking, this is it. This is the last time that I get to see this dude. And then now he's like going back on tour again. I'm like, you're 83.
Weren't they just here like last year too? Like,
he was
after
just
like
here
all
at,
that,
like Tower Theater. Like I saw him over here at the Criterion, and I'll tell you, dude, like the parts of that concert that were dope, fucking dope. And then the parts that were weird got fucking weird, man. I was like, yo, I left 12 minutes into Atomic Dog, and I was like, this is what I wanted to hear. It was like the last song that they played. But
I mean, are they just like wheeling him out at this point? Like, it
No,
almost seems like elder abuse. Like,
right? Oh, he was just like hanging out. He just like had a chair that he sat on, and then every now and again he just like walked up to the crowd and goes like, yeah, everyone put your hands up, cool. And then like sometimes he would just grab the microphone and like put it on like the guitar amp, and I'm like, they're already mic'd. That does not doing anything whatsoever.
He's trying to help out.
Yeah, no,
he's probably a little senile, if not
just a little bit.
A little drug addled as well. Like,
Yeah, that guy did hella drugs.
Yeah. That's what I feel that way anytime I've seen Willie Nelson, like probably 3 times now, and he's like 93 or 94 now. And so it's just like every time you go into it being like, well, surely this is going to be the last time.
Right.
But somehow he keeps getting, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Like the one time I saw him, I was like, he was almost kind of like, where am I? And I was like, oh, man.
He's got his son there in the band that I feels like keeps him like leveled, and his son can kind of pick up some slack when he, whatever. So it works.
My friend actually plays fiddle for Lucas Nelson.
Okay.
And it's really cool because he, toured with Lucas Nelson and stuff, and then now he like plays with Dave Matthews Band too, which is super sick.
Sure.
I'm like pretty stoked about that for him.
Because the sort of famous Dave Matthews fiddle player, he got like Me Too'd, right, or something weird.
Probably. I knew
somebody in
like,
Dave Matthews Band's in. I can't remember who was the fiddle player.
Yeah. It was the fiddle was diddling.
Something, yeah.
The fiddler was diddler. No, there was like the other guy. They had like I think it was like the flute player or something like that. Like had a horse fall on him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a horse in a row.
I mean, when something like that happens, it should just tell you don't really need a flute player in your band.
Exactly.
There for the vibes.
Yeah, or even just I mean, obviously, Dave Matthews, I'm sure, makes the bulk of that money, but just splitting the band, the funds, an extra little bit for a flute player is just like, why? Like,
It's like having the guy in the band that just has the hot mom that brings the snacks. You know what I mean?
But that serves more of a purpose than a flute player. Like,
yeah. I've always felt a little weird about the DJ in 311.
Sure.
I felt like he was that guy. Like he had the hot mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are you? You're dancing like a leprechaun on stage. Like, yeah, you got some good harmonies here and there, but like, what's your purpose, bro?
Yeah. Anytime I see Slipknot, I'm like, I know that there is 9 of them is like part of the whole gimmick and stuff, but that bass player in the back of his mind is just like, man, if we got rid of that extra, like the second DJ, I could buy another lake house. Like,
we just cut out his income and
yeah, and suddenly we got a new Porsche. Like, you know,
shocker. It's just like magic, Yeah, man. Have you been following along with the Afro Man trial?
I mean, I've seen a little bit of, I remember when it happened, and he's made that, I guess, the first song that had the music video of with his ring footage or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that it had continued until all the court stuff came out this week.
The funniest thing was, all those police officers, like, okay, so for those of you that do not know or are living under a rock, Afro Man's house was raided back in 2022. They like full on SWAT teamed him. His wife and kids were there. He was not, and they thought, I guess someone had said that he like kidnapped someone, or there was like someone who was kidnapped living at the house or something like that.
I mean, my assumption, if Afro Man's house gets raided, it's just that they were looking for drugs.
Right.
Like that's, I mean, right. Because I think he lives in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
It's like in like Fort Smith. Like it's not actually very far from here.
Right. Yeah. So, but they didn't find anything. Obviously, they didn't find a person that was kidnapped, but they took like $400 from him. Like they turned off all of his cameras. Mm-hmm. Then they took $400 from him, and then a lemon pound cake that he had sitting on the thing. And so this man decides, I'm just going to write an entire album about these goons. And he made music videos of them, and it's fucking hilarious. And then these cops are like, well, we're going to sue you for defamation. And so the funniest thing about it was these cops are on trial. They're on the stand, and they're playing the diss tracks to each of them. And it's so funny to me.
It's almost like its own weird YouTube reaction video of like.
It's one of those things that you're like, this can't be real, but it is. You know, this is like something you would see out of like Trailer Park Boys or some shit like that. You know, but it's the one of my favorite one was the guy that was like, yeah, you know, my wife and I got divorced because of this, and they're like, really, like. Did he actually fuck your wife? He goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, like, the wife got on the stand and was like, no, this had nothing to do why we got divorced, dude. You just suck. But Afro Man, like, he won.
He did.
He did. And he did it for America. So, Afro Man, we thank you.
That suit was fucking clean, too.
It was a clean American flag suit, dude.
It was.
Oh, my goodness.
He had to have just got, what's that website that has those crazy, like Tipsy Elves or something that has the weird, it was on Shark Tank. He probably got it from Tipsy Elves. Like they're probably stoked on it. And if he didn't, they now sell a suit that looks the same.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Or someone like just made that, you know. But it's a good looking suit.
It is.
I remember, like, dude, the last time Afro Man was in the news, I remember because he just like punched this chick on
Yeah.
And then his excuse to that was so wild because he was like, man, he's like, I didn't get to medicate that day. I had to walk a mile to even get to the stage. And then there's these guys that are kind of heckling me, and I thought it was one of them. Like, he just turned around. He knocked this chick out and then kept playing.
It was a weird thing where, like, I don't even think he knew that he was hitting, like, a lady or what. I think it just he sent someone behind him on stage, knew, oh, that person shouldn't be here, and just turned around and swung, like, all in one motion.
That's like when the lead singer of the Story So Far drop kicked that chick off the stage back 10, 15 years ago, and he just kept doing his thing.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't move on stage anymore.
Yeah. Show must go on, dude.
There's a great video of Maynard from Tool taking someone down like that, too, and putting him in, like, a jiu-jitsu hold and continuing to sing until security got there. But, you know, I mean, after Dimebag Darrell, you can't fuck around, so.
No, that's some real shit, dude. That's some real shit. Another thing in the music news was Justin Timberlake's body cam footage of him getting the DUI or DWI.
Yes.
Was released, and dude, I was a little disappointed in him because you knew like he was really drunk because he couldn't do like the simple like test of like, hey, just like heel toe. And I'm like, dog, like I grew up listening to you in NSYNC. I've watched your videos. You can do these moves, buddy.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, that was all 25 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
sure.
He still has
he's
it.
Probably
He's
only
still
like,
bobbing and weaving on stage.
Yeah, and he's only what 45,
something like that.
Like you know, yeah.
But that whole thing was pretty funny, and the fact like his friend pulls up and she's like tells the cop like, "You're really gonna arrest Justin Timberlake?" The cop's like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, I'm gonna arrest this guy."
I didn't actually watch the body cam footage. Was there anything crazy? Because I saw the headline of him trying to block its release. Like his management or whatever was trying to like not let it get out.
Not really. He was like the sweetest guy to arrest. Like you just watch it and he's just like, guys, I'm not a bad guy. I mean no harm. Like, no, like we get that. But like, dude, you were hammered. You're swerving around. He goes, I only had one dirty martini. And I was like, dog, you were fucked up. I was like, that wasn't a dirty. If that was a dirty martini, that shit was nasty as fuck, dude. That shit was a sexy red fan dirty, dude. Like,
was he like home? Because isn't he from like Memphis?
He's from Memphis, yeah, but it was in the Hamptons.
Oh, okay.
And I guess
think I
like
remember
that, the cop that did it has like a history of like, no, I'm gonna bust all these famous ass people.
Okay.
So I think that cop is just like kind of going for a little bit of clout.
I was like,
Sure.
so during the video, he looks at him and goes, "Oh, I'm Justin Timberlake," and the cop goes, "Oh, you are."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he knew, if he was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fuck with you now because I know you're drunk, like you're going to jail." Like,
I think there's just like as you get to a certain point of celebrity where you're just like, fuck it, like, can I try?
Right.
You're like, can I try this? Like, hey.
I feel like
nah.
that, especially with a DUI, that could probably go one of like two ways when you're super famous. Like it's like you could either get a lot of leniency and probably have to be super fucked up in order to get a DUI, like maybe what you're describing with Timberlake. Or I could imagine a scenario where you're not really that drunk. You're like just barely over the limit, but that cop is like, well, you're so-and-so, so I'm going to make the headlines and arrest you, even though if you were a normal person, I may not.
Right.
It just, I feel like it's one of two ways.
I'm just glad that it was a dirty martini and not fucking Rumplemints, dude. You know what, America? Justin Timberlake does not drink Rumplemints, so maybe y'all should fucking quit too.
I don't know that you know that, though, because you said it had to have been more than one dirty martini, so he's clearly lying. Maybe the dirty martini was the cover-up for all the rumple.
Dude, I don't want to think of Justin
I
Timberlake.
was like, I've had one dirty martini and I felt just fine. I'm 110 pounds soaking fucking wet. Like,
I had one dirty martini and 10 shots of rumble. Like
one and then 10 shots of Rumplemints, you know.
it's like, what was your drink to shot ratio? Is like the real question to that. I had 4 beers, 2 shots.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know, the good thing is I finally got this guy off the Rumplemints, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he no longer drinks it.
And I feel so much better.
He feels so much better.
It's totally possible that I've never had an actual shot of Rumplemints. I've had a shitload of peppermint schnapps because I used to hang out the high-low, and that was the, which is just, I mean, it's the same thing, right? Rumplemints, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think the peppermint schnapps at high-low was 100 proof.
I believe it was. Because I remember there was a thing of, the Happy Meal was the High Life and the shot of schnapps.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the peppermint was 100 proof, but if you got any of the fruit flavors or whatever, they weren't. I was a drunk that hung out at the high-low a lot, so I knew. And I don't want to fuck with the pomegranate because it's only 80 proof or whatever.
Dude, you know what my first experience at the high-low was? I used to play in a band called the Sons of Beatrice, and I just turned 21. And my drummer, who was like, probably 10, 15 years older than me, used to play in a band called Swill. I don't know if you know. Either way, but
I know the high-low serves it, but or served it.
But he's like, hey, I'm going to take you to some places that we're going to start playing. And he takes me to the high-low. It's a Saturday night, like prime time. It's like 10:30 at night, so the thing is popping. And I get in there, and he goes, hey, I got to leave. I'll be back in like an hour. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm freshly 21. I have no idea what to do at a bar.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty cool little spot, man. Everyone made me feel very welcome there. And I miss that place dearly. You ever go to the Low High?
Yeah, I mean, I have. It's not, same owners, obviously. It's the, but.
I went to one of my favorite stories about the high-low was, there was those apartments above them. Mm-hmm. And I remember one day, like my roommates and I, we pull up, we're going to the high-low, and there's this family was having a little cookout, and they dropped their paper towels. And so I grabbed their paper towels and tossed it up to them. I was like, damn, it smells good. Like, what are y'all cooking? They're like, boy, get yourself on up here and fix yourself a plate. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Then we go to the high-low, and I have like one Happy Meal, and I was like, guys, I'm going to go get me a plate. And so I go up there, and there's this black family's little cookout that they're having. And they're like, yeah, get on in here. And they like fix me a plate. And I'm like halfway through with it. And they're all staring at me really weird. Makes sense, though.
Sure.
And then my roommate's like, hey, we're leaving. Like, you ought to come back down here. I was like, oh, sorry, guys, I got to go. And they fixed my roommates a plate each.
It's a to-go plate? That's awesome.
I was pretty excited.
Opportunity knocking.
I can't imagine a family living in those apartments. Because, like, in my head, those apartments are only occupied by drug dealers. Like, that's just
1,000%.
the dudes that sell blow downstairs who lives there.
Yeah, that's how they pay the rent.
Right. So just the idea of, like, a family having, like, a wholesome cookout seems crazy to me. Like, that's, like, just living above, like, the sort of gay bar, definitely weirdo bar that's just, like, the idea that there might be a child sleeping in the same building as those bathrooms is like horrifying. Like,
that's crazy.
Well, then you have the Drunken Fry, like kind of right next to that.
Right. Yeah.
The old school Drunken Fry was tight. I miss those fries.
Sure.
The fries, and he had like all the different sauces.
yeah.
They had that Dr. Pepper sauce, which was weirdly good. I miss the drunken fry, dude. And they tried to put it back where Zuma is now.
Right. Yeah. Which it was different owners and stuff. They just bought the name. But because I think the Drunken Fry wound up being the same owners as like the Pump, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all. But I was always way more of a high-low person than a Drunken Fry. But you know, and definitely more than Edna's.
Yeah.
If you're talking the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah.
But
would you put the speakeasy kind of in that?
I mean, I guess it
Street?
is,
Yeah.
but I don't think it. You know, it doesn't. It's not one of the corners of the triangle, but you certainly, you know.
It's like the Fremont Street of the Bermuda Triangle. It's just hanging out on the other side of the town.
Yeah.
Kinda,
What's the deal with the Bermuda Triangle, dude? Like.
Something that I feel like as a kid it was a thing people talked about, and now never.
Yeah, no one talks about it.
Maybe it's just because people have GPS now and shit. Like it's not as like technology
Rerouting.
to the point where
You have like GPS. It's just like, hey, there's a delay over here, or there's a little blockage. Like, what's the blockage? You're on like a ship, and it's like, oh, it's the Bermuda Triangle. You got to go around it.
Or it's just that they now know. Oh yeah, that plane crashed for this reason, not because of some Loch Ness monster triangle thing. Like,
has anyone flown a drone through the Bermuda Triangle?
No, I don't think so, at least.
I wonder if someone will ever do that.
I mean,
we can get to the bottom of some shit with a drone.
You get to the bottom of the ocean for sure if you get sucked in there.
That's some real shit.
I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing as like quicksand or something, where it's as a kid you're like, oh, that's I think this is a John Mulaney joke about quicksand that I'm ripping off, but as a kid you think it's going to be a problem, but turns out you don't ever have to fly near the Bermuda Triangle like ever. That's not a thing that's going to come up in your life.
So funny you brought up John Mulaney, because you've interviewed him before. You were actually one of the original podcasters, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Sort of. I was real early. Yeah.
You were one of the first ones to hop on that train as well, because you've been doing comedy like how long?
It'll be 19 years this year. So yeah, a fucking long time.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I started a podcast around the same time that I started comedy. And I had it for like 4 years. And at that point, like, there weren't a shitload of podcasts. So it was relatively easy to get guests because no one else was hitting them up to like, they could come to, when I lived in Austin or lived in New York, no one was being like, come on my podcast to these famous comedians. I was kind of the only one. So I was able to talk to like, kind of everyone in that era for the most part.
That now that like so many of them have just like blown up.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Mulaney and
I love watching like smaller people that we know just kind of like blow up even more and stuff like that. It's real cool, man. I love seeing like cool people succeed. That's why I was like really, really excited for you when you announced that you're opening or headlining Bricktown. I was like,
cool,
fuck
thanks,
yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
Slap hands. It was a good time. You're going on a little run with Todd Barry, correct?
Yeah. I was doing 6 shows with him in April, which is great. I've done a couple runs with him before, but this will be kind of the most all at once. So it'll be cool. Yeah, we're doing here in OKC, then Tulsa, Springfield, 1 week, and then the next week Dallas and Tyler, Texas, which is kind of weird, but we'll see.
Tyler, is that where the Tower City thing, or is that Paris?
I think that's Paris.
Okay,
but still Northeast Texas. So Tyler, it's there's a place called the Rose City Comedy Club that we're doing there.
Oh, okay,
so,
I've heard of that.
It's kind of weird. When Todd asked me to do those dates, he was like, just gave me the dates, and then was just like, it's Tyler and Dallas, and I was like, well, surely the Thursday is Tyler, and then the Friday, Saturday will be Dallas.
Yeah.
But it's actually the opposite. We're spending the weekend in Tyler and just doing one night in Dallas. So we'll see how that goes.
Dude, the Rose City Comedy Club is actually, because I followed along with them on social media and stuff, and they're really kind of, they're trucking. They're trucking along.
Yeah, the calendar looks out. I know when it first started, it seemed like it was mostly just Dallas dudes and stuff, but they've clearly expanded beyond that. So yeah, I'm stoked to do it.
It's amazing when you get, I love seeing like, new comedy clubs, and like seeing those open. I do wish we had another one here.
Yeah, it would be great if someone would step up and kind of fill the spot of the old loony bin.
Oh God, man, I miss it so much. I was so mad about because I was you would always tell me like, dude, you need to alternate and do Bricktown 1 week and then Looney Bin the next, and you got to get in front of Terry.
Yeah,
and I was like, you're right, and so I did that. And then Terry pulled me aside and she goes, man, I didn't get to see everything, but what I did see, I liked, and I want to see more. And I was like, sick. And I was like, I'm going to be back after I finish out these Wednesdays this month.
Here they go again.
These motherfuckers.
Every week.
Every fucking week, dude. I swear.
How expensive does gas have to get before they stop doing that?
Dude, I was just talking about this. I was like, I don't want to hear shit about gas prices until all of those people are done. You know what I mean? Like when all of them are no longer like driving around fucking listening to fucking techno Ricky Martin shit like that, then I'm like, yeah, gas prices are they're a problem now.
I mean, not to like put a GPS pinpoint of where we are right now, but the Circle K in Bricktown just across the street seems to be like a meetup for like cruising and bikes and
heaven.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I sometimes forget that, and then we'll be like, oh, I'm gonna grab an energy drink or something from there, and then pull up and be like, no, never mind, I'm not doing that. Like,
dude, anytime that I'm like, I need to go to that gas station, I'm just like, fuck, because I'm always gonna have to like go through like a fucking tribe of homeless people. You know what I mean? And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them, bro. It's
either homeless people or 30 people on their Ducatis. One of the two.
Yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah.
And never the two shall meet. But like, you know.
Oh man, dude. What else?
I guess it's a Casey. I called it a Circle K.
Yeah, it's a Casey's now. Yeah,
but, you know,
it's weird. They have like weird hours. Like
really?
They'll just like close like randomly at like midnight.
I would imagine that one's sketchy enough that they can just be like, we think it's not safe right now. Let's just go home. Like, you know, whether it is or not isn't, it doesn't matter because
I think it's kind
the threat is always there.
I think it's kind of one of the reasons why that IHOP closed. Because that IHOP, like, they fucked up when they're like, yeah, we're not doing 24 hours anymore. And I'm like, dude, that sucks. Because like there are times like when I would get off work and I'm like, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I want a greasy ass fucking burger, dude, from IHOP. IHOB, dude. That was the thing. And then, I guess they, after like COVID and stuff, they're just like, yeah, we're just not going to do 24 hours. And then that didn't last. And then now they just completely shut down. So, I don't know. What else been going on?
In general, Oklahoma City is pretty lacking in the 24-hour diners. Our late night food is pretty not. It's Waffle House, and then, I mean, I guess there's still IHOPs like in the suburbs that are still open, I'm assuming.
Right, if you want to go like south a little bit to like Mama Lou's, but that's still like a 10-50. I love Mama Lou's though.
You do, yeah? Yeah, I think that one, and then there's the one in that same area that's like Chelios or something that always has the really bright, like, multicolor lights that you can see from the highway. I'm not for sure that one's 24 hours, but I think it is. And those places just sort of scare me, especially the Chelios more than Mama Lou's. But I just imagine that all the food smells like cigarettes.
Parliament lights, dude.
And there's Beverly's on Expressway, but it's, you know, I feel like I've never eaten at Beverly's and not had some sort of hair in my food or drink. And I'm not like someone that gets super grossed out by that because it happens, but I feel like it's every single time at Beverly's.
Yeah. And it's weird because the cooks are always bald.
Well.
So where's that long ass hair coming from? Their butt.
Although a lot of times I was probably drunk and it was my own hair, but you know.
Sure.
That happens, dude. There's so many times I've like had a hair in my food. I was like, it just might be mine. I was like, fuck it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Toss it out, throw it. It's fine. There's not much for late night food downtown anymore. I think that sucks. And the food trucks, dude, like the taco truck down here, fucking love those dudes. They used to stay open till like 3:30 for us. You know, I'd get off work and then I guess like the police department was like, yeah, guys, like you guys gotta stop serving at 11 because at like, you know, bar closed and stuff. Their reasoning was like when there's like 70 people crowded around the food truck, only 10 of them are actually buying food. Everyone else is just there to like kind of cause an issue. So I kind of got it.
Yeah, but then why are the cops being like, yeah, you can't sell those 10 people their food? Like,
right, which is shitty. But the thing is, it was the Latin clubs. The Latin clubs were the ones who are like, hey, y'all gotta quit doing that. So sometimes it be your own people, bro. Y'all supposed to stick together in this shit, bro. I'll tell you one thing, dude. When like all the ice stuff started happening, I was terrified for my taco truck guys.
Sure.
I love those guys, dude. They give my dog food. You know what I mean? My dog loves them. He goes crazy for them. I love those guys.
One of the best taco trucks I've had, too, is that one.
There's the other one.
I've never had it.
You never had it?
It's so good.
They're pretty good. I think my favorite one is the one that was over on like 10th and May. That's a good taco truck. Those are good ones. What else been going on, guys? Dude, the biggest headline I saw last night was a professional cornholer who has no
which we'll
arms.
stop right there. There's already no such thing.
It's not a thing.
Like that, yeah. How are you? Professional is a relative term. I mean, maybe he's professional in the same way that we're professional comedians. Like, which is to say, not really.
Right.
Like,
we're kind of there, not. I did a show a couple years ago in Seneca, Missouri.
Okay.
And we stayed at this casino. But at this casino, there was a cornhole tournament that they had every Friday. So when we first checked in, I was like, man, there was like 60 people there playing some cornhole. And it was some serious cornholing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went, we did the show, we came back, and there was the final four. And all of them were like drenched in sweat, dude. And they're just like taking it like very seriously, dude. It was intense. So people do take the cornholing seriously. But this guy, this story got so fucking crazy. So it's a professional a cornholer, cornholer who has no arms, no legs, is arrested for first-degree murder. So my first reaction, I was like, this dude bit this person's ankles to death, and that is not it at all. This amputee was driving a truck, got into an argument with this guy, told the passengers in the back seat, said, hey, get this motherfucker out of my car. And they're like, nah, we're good. And they got out of the car. So the amputee and the guy he was arguing with drove off, and the amputee shot him. And then I was like, there's no way that this guy could actually shoot a gun. How can you shoot guns with no arms? And then there's a video of him doing it.
Yeah.
He put it on his TikTok or whatever a few years ago of how he fires his 9mm or whatever the fuck.
But how can they pin it on him? There's no fingerprints.
I mean, I don't. Is it possible that surgical nubs provide the same sort of
he's hiding a
uniqueness?
prosthetic hand somewhere,
right? Or like a
all right, so we cut it off. Let's give him a little fingerprint,
right? Yeah,
let's make the fingerprint.
Well, not necessarily even on purpose. Just every cut is going to be a little different, so maybe that's what they have to use. Every nub is its own unique snowflake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm ready for this court case. I want to see how this plays out. Like, how did they? No, I don't know.
Please put that case on TV.
I want that on every fucking news station ever. Fuck this war in Iran bullshit, dude. I want to know what's happening to this guy. I want to know the full story. I want to see the trial. I want this trial on TV, like Johnny Depp and what was the other?
Amber Heard.
Heard. Yeah, I want that. That's what I want.
I feel like it actually won't be that exciting because it'll be funny to see him have to bring out the phone book for him to sit on. But then beyond that, it's just like, this seems pretty cut and dry. It wasn't another no arm, no leg guy that did this. Like, you're it. Like, he's covered in cornhole dust. Or I don't know what's inside the bags.
I don't know. Your Honor, I did not. Your Honor, I did not shoot that man. Was the person who shot him in this room? Yes. Can he point him out? He's over there. I just think it's so entertaining, dude. It just writes itself. You know what I mean? It's so entertaining.
Someone said something the other day, and it's like a lot of these news stories that are coming out. That's like, I don't know if this is real or if I'm reading The Onion. Or because some of this shit is fucking insane. Like some of the stories I've heard, like people dying in like the weirdest like ways, and like that doesn't sound plausible.
Yeah. If you're just reading the headline about this, every 2 words you're like, you have no idea what the next word is going to be.
Right.
Well, if you were mad-libbing that, you wouldn't have come up with something as outlandish.
So one of the funniest stories that I've read recently, and this happened years and years ago, but have you ever heard about how T.I. saved Scott Stapp's life from Creed?
No, I don't remember. I feel like
Oh, buddy, buckle up for this one. Okay. So
I'm assuming this is in Scott Stapp's like bad days.
Yeah.
When he was on whatever he was
hell
on.
of drugs.
Yeah.
Dude. So
You
he
told me this
basically
story.
he like got having a little party and he decided to jump out of a window.
As you do.
Yeah, did not complete his task. So he was just like kind of laying there. And T.I. and his security guard went outside to go smoke a blunt. And T.I. was like, oh, shit, there's a white guy there, and he is covered in blood. He's like, you know this because blood really shows up on white people. And he's like, hey, man, like, you okay? He's like, why don't we call you an ambulance? Let's sit here, let's smoke this joint, and then we'll, call you an ambulance. And so Scott Stapp was like, yeah, dude, like, he saved my life. And then they were, like, getting to talking. They're like, wait, we met each other before when we were working on the Passion of the Christ soundtrack.
Okay.
So Scott Stapp and T.I. had something to do with the Passion of the Christ soundtrack. So it's just one of those stories. I'm like, this can't be fucking real. And that's how I feel about this amputee guy. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we know how it's going to play. Like, again, it's not
going to
another.
jail.
Yeah,
It's
he's
going to be like
jail.
the stories. He's
Did
going
they
to jail no
handcuff
matter
him?
what. Yeah.
Did they handcuff him?
I would imagine that's a zip tie situation.
Did they just kind of like wrap like straps around him and just like grab him like a duffel bag? Like, come on, buddy, you're under arrest.
Well, if he was driving a car, he was probably still wearing his like prosthetic blades, like because I saw the footage of him playing cornhole, and he's got those crazy ones that like runners
Oh,
use
yeah.
that were like bouncy and like obviously because he's an athlete,
Yeah.
and needs can't just do a regular prosthetic leg, needs the bounce, which maybe that gives an unfair advantage at cornhole. I don't know.
Damn, I think it would be kind of easy to get away from him. You just kind of kick that leg out from him and run away. But that's just me. That's just me. I wasn't there. It's just one of those crazy things that you just gotta,
And we sort of skipped over the fact that he was driving
That
with three other people in the car that I'm assuming are able-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I like the idea of him, assuming some alcohol is involved because it was late at night and he shot somebody. The idea of like him being like, no, I'm going to do it, guy. Like, I don't care that you have your arms and feet for the gas pedals. Like, this is my truck.
Right.
I'm doing it. Like, I don't,
I'm driving. It's like, buddy, you've had so many shots of Rumplemans.
Yeah.
You had a dirty martini, bud. Austin, you were talking about all these meteors that are falling out of the sky. You said they like hit someone's house.
Yeah, there was one that went over South Texas, and about a day later, like once it broke over, there were a bunch of like fragments like falling through people's roofs in like South Houston, like kind of around that area. But it's weird. So one happened in Texas. One flew over the Midwest, one flew over the Northwest, and then one flew over the Northeast. And if you go back and like read like Revelations and shit like that,
I'm not gonna do that.
It's like don't blame you. It's like a circle of things. It's one of those it's like the Saturn thing I told you about today. Like it all.
Yeah, what was that Saturn thing?
There
Explain
is a conspiracy theory out that Saturn is the true location of hell.
I really figured it would have been Uranus.
Me after fucking Taco Bell.
Yeah. Or Waffle House after St. Patrick's Day.
I only remember 30 seconds of that Waffle House trip.
That's pretty standard for a Waffle House trip, right? Like that's,
Well, so I'm one of those, like, I can wake up in the morning and like, hey, Courtney, Waffle House right now. But when I'm drunk, no other place matters other than home.
We're going
to
to
Waffle
Waffle
House.
Let me a good one. I've only been to Waffle House one time, and there was like an issue there.
Well, I mean, there's always an issue there.
That's
yeah,
peak
that's part of
experience.
Yeah,
Like-
bro. It's so wild. That was a wild thing, man. Well, so Cameron, you got April 19th.
Yeah, that's the important one.
The important one. I'm really excited. I wish I could be there. I have a show in Lawton that night. Otherwise, I would definitely be there. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Super stoked, dude.
Yeah, man.
And it's gonna go well for you. I know it. Guys, get those tickets at bricktowncomedy.com.
Indeed.
April 19th. Cameron Buchholtz. You got Brad Chad Porter on that. Lizzie Evans. and Spencer Hicks.
Spencer Hicks, yeah. Spencer's hosting. Bringing him out. Not quite retirement, but he doesn't perform as much as he should. So
I did a show with Brad Chad like a month ago. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I'd ever seen him like do comedy.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy is just, you can tell like he's like very, very seasoned. Like he's been doing it for a long time, And I mean, for the longest time, like you, him, and that whole crew, like you guys were the ones that were bringing in the heavy hitters.
Yeah. In the pre-Bricktown days and stuff. So you
guys brought Kyle Kinane in. So many other ones, dude. It's awesome.
And Brad Chet's back around. He's been, doing mics and shows, and he's leaning back into it. But yeah, Spencer only pops up. He pops up when he's asked, but never if he's not asked. So like, you're never gonna see him in a mic or whatever. But so yeah, I generally have been doing comedy longer than pretty much anyone on any show in OKC or whatever for the most part. So I chose two people to open for me that have actually been doing it longer. So.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Cool. So yeah, BricktownComedy.com. Austin, do you have something to say?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay. BricktownComedy.com. You can get your tickets there. April 6th, I will also be opening for Cliff Cash at Bricktown Comedy. That's a Monday show. Premium tickets are already sold out, so get those fast if you would like to go to that show. April 19th, I will be in Lawton at Comedy Avenue for their pre-420 show, and I think I've got some 420 show over at the old Belle Isle Brewery. But
okay, what the place is called something different now, right? It's
Breeze, something with a B.
Yeah, something live. It's like
Beam Live.
Beam Live,
Beam Live is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, cool things. Cameron, where can we find you online?
It's C Buchholtz on most things. Buchholtz is impossible, so I should change it to buttholes or something, but I'm not going to. But you
could.
I could. I don't think cramming buttholes would be taken on any of the social media platforms, but I don't want to lean into that too hard. Plus, it'd fuck up my opener. But
yeah. That's awesome, man. All right, so give him a follow, all that stuff, and you guys know where to find me at JJ Wood Comedy on all of your social media platforms. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe this episode. Austin, do you have anything else you want to say?
Stay off the rumps.
Stay off the. Our guest next week is we're gonna have an intervention for her, and we're gonna get her off the rumps, dude.
Good.
I have faith.
I'm stoked.
I'm one by one. I'm taking that fucking company down, dude. And.
What liquor company makes that? Is it like Bacardi or one of the big ones?
No, it's somewhere from Germany.
It's legit from Germany?
Yeah.
It's like, is it the same company as Jägermeister? Are they just like...
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. It's just Rumpelmintz, bro. It's the people that love that thing are a fucking problem, dude. And I'm trying to save humanity. Because I guarantee the amputee guy was off that rump.
Should I do one to see if I still hate it?
No.
Good answer.
Don't you ever touch that shit again, bro. Don't you ever touch that shit again. Okay. We'll see you guys next week, man. Thank you. Bye.